Hey everyone, it's Brano, and today I wanted to talk about how successful game devs play by different rules. And I'm not talking about moderately successful game developers who have to justify their existence with every single game. I love listening to those people. They have really good advice, and I love when they share their opinion. I'm talking about the very successful game devs who are actually somewhat famous. The people who own an IP that people obsess over, or they have a name that everyone wants to cover when they do something. A level of trust has been created, and that creates a situation where the marketing sort of handles itself, and they just have to deliver a good product. And when the marketing gets automatically covered, the game actually gets to succeed or fail on its own merits. And this is why I have absolutely zero sympathy for games like Concord or Highguard, because they got attention. And I don't buy the internet hate narrative. Negativity is so much more valuable than apathy. And the vast majority of game developers have to wrestle with apathy. You compare this to people like Jonathan Blow, Eric Barone, Toby Fox, Edmund McMillan, or any ex-Blizzard developer. They will always get some attention for their past successes. And I recently watched this GDC talk by Rob Pardo, who's made some of my favorite games of all time, and he was giving advice on how he's running his new studio without releasing a game in 10 years. He's had payroll, like a company with payroll for over 10 years, and he hasn't even released a game. But he gets to be front stage on GDC and gets a bunch of coverage because he's Rob Pardo. Now, there's no guarantee that his game is going to be successful, but it does mean he will get covered, and he will have no real excuse if the game fails, because it's gonna get the attention to succeed or fail on its own merit. And most developers do not even get that opportunity. So this leads to the question: if the average developer cannot play by the same rules as a successful developer, what rules do they play by? And the answer is that you need to look at the successful developers before they were successful. And the answer is very normally that you need to cater to a pre-existing audience. Eric Barone, creator of Stardew Valley, catered to the Harvest Moon audience. Toby Fox catered to the Earthbound ROM hack audience and also the Homestuck audience. Me personally on this YouTube channel, I made tutorials for Godot. That's a pre-established audience. Nobody would be watching this video if I hadn't done anything to establish myself beforehand. Now, from the game dev side, what I'm doing is I am playing new genres of games that can only be made, well, it can be made by one person. And I am seeing if I enjoy that game enough to be able to fit into their community as a gamer first. And I am doing this because I need to enjoy the games that I make, but I also just know that people need something they are familiar with to be interested in your product. And famous people are already familiar, so they get that done for free. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Have a good one, and see you later. Bye.